So hi guys. So today's topic is about New Year's resolutions. And I'm not gonna talk about my 2026 year New Year's resolutions because I think it is a little bit embarrassed that to talk about the goals I'm gonna achieve. So uh I just wanna talk about the New Year's resolutions I've done for the past years. Basically, I had my New Year resolutions every year, except for 2023. I don't know why I didn't do that, in 2023. Maybe I just, didn't have any resolutions. I don't know. So as from in 2020 first, in 2020, I basically set four resolutions and only achieved one, and that one is graduate successfully. well, well, now it seems a little bit weird for me. Actually, I don't know why. I thought maybe I would not graduate successfully. Actually, I guess it's not that difficult. I don't know why I was anxious about this thing or worried about this thing. I'm just this kind of person. I'm worried about a lot of things that should not be worried about. And basically, I was in the senior year of college, so that's one of my goals. Yeah, and I achieved that. Yes, I graduated successfully. And the rest of resolutions is pass the teacher certification examination. Well, actually, I did take this exam, but I didn't pass it because there were several subjects or several exams I needed to take, and I remember there were three or four, and I passed most of them, but I failed at one. So yeah, and one of the goals and the second goal is to be an English teacher. Well, yes, because even if I didn't major in English, but my English is, but I was pretty interested in English at that time, so maybe it's just a goal of mine at that time. And the third one is be a translator. Well, actually, I did do some translation things or work at that time, but it's just it was more like a hobby because as you can tell, I'm not that professional. So I was just translating some maybe YouTube videos or something like that, and they were pretty easy, and I did that just for fun. I didn't have any salaries or income, by doing the translating stuff. Yes. So let's move on to the 2021 goals. And I set five goals at that year, and achieved two. The first one is get teacher certification. Yes, because just as I mentioned before, in 2020, I there was just one subject, one exam left for me, so I took that exam the next year, which is 2021, and I passed the exam and get the teacher certification, like basically for senior high school English teacher. Yeah. And the second goal that I achieved is start my channel. Actually, I don't know what channel did I mean at that time, because I started a lot of channels in different on different platforms, just for fun. So, well, I don't know, but basically, it seems like I did start the channel, whatever, and there were 3 goals that I didn't achieve. The first one is don't be late. And brackets less than 10 times a year. Okay, because I guess it's, as I mentioned before, in 2020 I was in my senior year of college, so 2021 I was work woman. So, but when I was a student, I was always late. So when I was at work, my habit, yeah, I still kept the habit. So sometimes I just, got up late and went to the company late. So I guess that was my goal, and it seems like I didn't achieve it. Sorry. And the second goal is finish the schedule of IELTS. Well, I guess at that time maybe I would like to take the exam of IELTS, basically IELTS. I don't know if you guys know this exam. Basically, is exam that can test your English ability, like including reading, or writing, or oral English, stuff like this. And the third goal I didn't achieve is do career plan. Well, yeah, absolutely, I didn't do that because in 2021, you guys all know what happened, the coronavirus, and at that time, like, all the companies were saying like, well, it's a hard time for like employment market, for job market. So if you had a job, you needed to appreciate that. You don't have any choice, because, so I guess maybe I wanted to do a career plan, but finally, actually, I just random choose one job, and just did a job for making a living. Yeah. And let's move to the 2022, and I set 4 goals, and I only achieved one. Okay, and this one is trip with Lee. Well, basically, Lee is one of my friends, and she is the fellows of my junior high school. And so yes, I achieved that. We went to a very, I don't know how to speak it in English, but basically it's in the west of China. We went that city, and we experienced a lot of things. And I realized that maybe a friend who can write letters with you, write letters to you, and you can discuss a lot of other stuffs, by writing letters to each other. Doesn't mean that you can fit each other well in a trip. or you can nice partner for a trip or a travel. Well, yeah. And there were three goals that I didn't achieve. The first one is reach 7,000 salary each month. Yes, I didn't achieve that at that year, and I guess my salary each month is six 6,500, I guess. Yes. But like the government or the company take some like insurance that you need to give to the government. So the final salary I got is about just like 6,000. Yeah. And my second goal is be a TOEFL teacher. Oh, well, be a TOEFL teacher. Okay, I remember that because I saw my third goal is TOEFL 100, and I remember that at that time I would like to be a TOEFL teacher. I don't know. I'm just maybe because I had a certificate for senior high school English teacher, so I guess I don't know why I would like to. I did take the TOEFL exam, but I only got a 95. I mean it's quite a nice score, enough for a student. But like if you would like to be a teacher, it's just in the middle level, I guess. So finally I didn't be a TOEFL teacher. Yeah. And like I didn't do any New Year's resolutions for 2023. I don't know why. Maybe because my job was quite stable at that stage. I just went to a new company at the end of 2022. So it was just a new company for me, and it's quite pretty interesting for me because it was animation company, and it worked with it cooperated with Disney. So I guess I just didn't want to didn't have any goals. I just lived. I was just living at that moment. I guess I don't know, but I did have some goals for my 2024. So I had five goals for my 2024, and I achieved three. Oops, great. The first one is finished the two books. I don't know why I wrote the two books. Maybe there were two books I read for I had read for a long time and I didn't finish it. Maybe, but yeah, I finished them. And the second one is detailed career plan. Okay, so seems like I did some like detailed career plan at that stage, and now I don't remember it at all. I'm sorry. And the third resolution or goal I achieved is a little tour in Xiamen with my mom. Well, basically, Xiamen is a city in Fujian, and Fujian is a province, is a southern province in China. And basically, I worked in Xiamen at that time. Also, I'm living in Xiamen now. So yeah, I had a trip with my mom and my sister for like about 5 days, and Well, I mean, I'm basically I took charge of all of that, like all the consumptions, all the foods, and I paid for all the things. I mean, it was pretty interesting, but my mom was that kind of person that like always say, "Oh, it's too expensive. We should not spend that much, many money, And but like, because like I love the local food or local restaurant, this kind of stuff. But they always like this kind of restaurants. Maybe I should not call it restaurant because it's not that fancy. Is it maybe in a small place and maybe the older stuff is not that fancy and good. My mom's was always like complaining like, it seems like it's not that clean. So it's just pretty hard for me to make my mom happy. It like if it's too expensive, she she was complaining about it, and if it's too cheap or too local, and she was always complaining about it. But anyway, I feel like she was happy, but she is a very traditional Chinese woman or Chinese mom. Like, she always wanted to give all her stuff to her children, her husband, and doesn't know how to enjoy herself. So I could tell she was happy, but she thought she didn't deserve it. And it made me so anxious about myself. So, well, anyway, I did achieve this goal. Yeah. And there were two resolutions I didn't achieve. The first one is dance video. What did that mean? Well, I did take some like hip hop dance class at that time. Maybe I mean I should maybe I wanted to record some dance video by myself. I don't know, but I guess I just was too shy to do that. And every time my teacher picked me to solo, I was I was extremely shy, and I had anxiety about my face, my moves, like my look, my my outfits, like all the stuff, yeah. So I was trying to defeat this kind of low self-esteem at that time. Well, it seems like I didn't achieve that, sorry. And the second resolution I didn't achieve is in 2024 is sleep time. Like, okay, basically I guess I mean like I need to sleep more than 6.5 hours every day. And my goal was that fall asleep at 12 and go to bed by 11. And I didn't achieve that. Yeah, until now. Yeah. But anyway, the latest resolutions, which is my 2025 resolutions, which is for this year, well, I wrote it. I mean, I planned this resolution. I wrote this resolution by the end of 2024, but it's the resolution for 2025. And I have 4 of them, and I only achieved 1. Yeah, sorry, 1. And that one is I wrote knowledge here, and the 5 books and the 10 movies. I guess I meant that, well, I needed to, like, got some knowledge, like broaden my intellectual horizon stuff, and I achieved that. I did read actually not only 5 books, I guess about more than 10 books in 2025, because I didn't have any job in this year. I quitted my job by the end of last year, basically in 2024. So this year I didn't have any job, and I didn't want to have any job. I just I'm just having a part-time job. And yeah, like, so, and 10 movies. Yes, I watched more than 10 movies in 2025. Yeah. And the newest one is of Avatar. So Avatar 3. And I mean, the plot is very cliche, but anyway, the views, or the effect, it's pretty good. That's enough for me. But it's too long, like more than 3 hours. I got a little bit headache, because watching 3D movies for that long time, it's not good for my eyes and my brain. And there are 3 goals I didn't achieve. The first one is, using English as my working language. Yeah, I mean, I do need use English as my working language when I was in my last job and in current part-time job. But for, like, it's not completely using of English, because I still can combine some Mandarin. So yeah, I think I didn't achieve this goal. Yeah. And the second resolution I didn't achieve in 2025, basically this year, is join a new dance studio in a new city. Well, like, why I have this goal? Because as I just mentioned, I quitted at I can say I lost my job at the end of 2024. So I told myself, oh, it's time for me to embrace a new life, go to a new city, travel, this kind of stuff. But I didn't do all of them. Yeah. I'm just like staying in this city, in the city I worked. So, and the last one I didn't achieve is reach 10,000 income. Well, as I mentioned, I didn't have any job, so of course I didn't achieve that. Well, but anyway, that's all of my resolutions for the past 5 years. So bye guys, you can leave your New Year's resolutions in the comments, or maybe the resolutions for the past years of yours. I don't know. So bye guys.